Good morning, Spain. How lovely to have you with us once again here in our studios at Hard Rock Hotel Marbella. Today we're going to be talking about Valentines, romance, Carnival, chirigotas. We'll be looking at the concerts coming up in Spain, how we take our showers, and a lot more. So sit down, get comfy, because here we go. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So lovely to be with you to start off another week. We were talking just before the show about how we shower, and we thought we would share this conversation with you and ask how you do it, because apparently there seems to be that we're kind of programmed into a system of how we shower.
Weird. Really weird. So I've seen a few over the last few months, but I saw one literally the other day that said, "What's the first thing you shower when you get into the shower?" And then it said straight away afterwards, "Your left arm?" And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it's my left arm.
Yeah.
And I do. And then I've spoken to people and everyone's kind of the same. Although you said it was your right arm.
I got into the shower and was thinking about Hannah's Instagram story and was like, it's my right arm.
But you're right-handed.
Yeah.
How strange. Well, how are you, Kate? Because you're left-handed.
Yeah, I'm left-handed.
So when you get in the shower, think to it. What do? Do you start with the soap? Which arm do you wash first?
Always the left hand.
Really?
Yeah,
Isn't that
always.
interesting?
So even though that you're left, because it's funny because I was thinking, I love a bath. It's like to soak in a bath and have that time to think. But where I live now, I just have a shower. And so I was thinking, but even when I was in the bath, I'd be in there, and when I go to wash, I would always start with my left arm.
So funny. How boring, unpredictable we are.
I mean, how can that be a thing?
Yeah.
How
And you
can that
do
be
one
a
and then
thing?
the other?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Arms
First this one, and then when you do that, first arm, and then
other areas of the body continue. Yeah.
See, I always have a cold shower, like ice cold.
Really?
Yeah.
I like
love
even
it.
in the winter.
Love it. Like this morning.
But this was
ice
something
cold
your uncle
shower.
said to you when you were tiny. It was like about
Yeah.
staying youthful, and you
I
look
know.
like you're 12, so when it's working, she's really 97.
Shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I just love a cold ice shower.
It doesn't hurt. I feel that
No.
cold's like almost painful.
Icy.
I love it in
Yeah.
the summer, but in the winter, you couldn't pay me to have a cold shower.
But do you know what is weird though? It's almost like it kind of really gets like your energy going and stuff. Like I come out and I'm just like, whoa, like I'm ready to go, let's go kind of thing. And like, I don't know, it's like an energy boost.
Explains a lot
Brilliant.
then.
Yeah,
And do you
absolutely.
ever have a hot shower and then in the last minute turn it cold? And then
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh yeah,
That's the
that's
nice
good.
thing.
Really good. It's good for the metabolism.
Well,
Yeah.
since she mentioned it on a program, I was at least well over a year ago.
Yeah.
I do actually put the cold shower while I'm waiting for it to warm up on my feet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think to myself, I'm doing the case at least on my feet. So it's like getting something in there.
I love that. And does it make you feel a little bit
It
more
does. It definitely
energized?
gives you that little whoop, but I
Yeah.
don't think I'd want it. This part of my body is just saying
Oh,
no.
no, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. There was another thing I read, a meme a few months ago that asked you, when you're in the shower, do you face the water, face the shower, or do you turn away from it? And I was thinking, well, surely everybody does both. I can't imagine getting in the shower and then turning away from the water and showering. Or, I mean, for a start, when you're washing your front, you need to get the water to wash the
And you need the
soap off
taps
your
and
front.
the apparatus.
So I
Yeah.
do both. I spend most of the time facing the shower, but then I turn away from the shower to
wash your hair.
I do
wash
when I do my hair.
Yeah.
When I do my hair, then it's like when you've got all your bits and you're ready, you
Yeah.
turn away.
oh, I
Yeah.
got another one. Do you take the shower off the thing or leave it up?
I leave
leave
it
it
up.
up,
Unless,
yeah.
unless I'm in a hotel. But normally, not always, but I was just been in one recently. And sometimes the shower heads are a lot shorter,
Yeah.
so you can't actually get your head under it. So in that
I
instance, I'll
don't think
take
I've
it
ever
off.
had that
and-
problem.
Do you always just leave it up?
I'm so tiny.
Yeah.
But if I'm not washing my hair, then I will hold it. But if I'm washing my hair,
Just
then-
leave it. Because we've got one that's on the top and then we've got one of those ones that you can then do your
Yes.
body and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I
So-
like those really big shower heads. And our
Oh,
houses
yeah.
don't
Well,
have that
I
really-
only like them if I'm washing my hair. If you're not
Okay.
washing your
Then
hair, then
it's
they're a real
overwhelming.
pain because
Yes.
you have to put a shower cap on because otherwise
You
it's
don't
too
know
much
where
water.
to stand.
Exactly, it's difficult to avoid.
Oh no, I love a shower though. Love it. Oh, to like end the day. Mind you, I probably have like 5 showers a day. I love it.
Really?
Oh, I just
Very
love
clean.
it. I just honestly, it's like, you know, in the morning to get you going and then like say if you've been to the gym, yeah. I just love it. It's so nice. Then
We
to end
would
today.
love to know how you shower and see if you're following the, I'm not going to say the norm, but certainly would seem
I think
a lot of
think
us.
it could be, yeah.
Make my day. Make my day.
Before we go any further, our lovely Hannah has just come back from Butlins. Yes, I said Butlins. We live in beautiful Spain, and with other 3 friends that live in Spain who are also from England, they went back to Butlins for, I think, what could possibly be the most English event anyone could have.
Yes, this is Good Morning Spain, and full disclosure, there was nothing Spanish about Butlins
Oh, brilliant.
whatsoever. I've never done it before. I know a lot of people in the UK grow up going to Butlins. You know, it's a very cheap holiday for families. It's a big family entertainment centre, but they do adult weekends, which we went back for. It was called an 80s weekender. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
all 80s music. There were lots of acts there from the 80s. Jason Donovan, Tapao,
I mean, the real
Musical
people.
Youth, the real
Wow.
thing. Yeah, there were some tribute acts
Real
as well.
people.
But the real Jason Donovan. So yeah, it was amazing. Have to admit, the first 24 hours or so, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this again.
You've been to
big
India, it
fish.
should have been like compared to India.
But complete opposite
Oh my
to
gosh,
India.
yeah, you couldn't get any opposite.
Exactly. So the first 24 hours, I was like, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime, done it type thing. But then towards the second half, I was like, no, this is really fun. I mean, the point is with things like that, you have to totally immerse
Yes.
yourself into it. If you're
Yeah.
sitting on the periphery
Judging.
going, oh, this is
Judging,
judging,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
exactly, which I don't like doing anyway, then yeah, you could easily go, oh God, this is embarrassing, this isn't me. You know, I heard more black lace this weekend than I have done my whole life, Agadoo and all of that. So there's a lot of cheesy 80s music, which is probably why I've never been to Butlins before, because that's what you would expect it to be. But then there's a lot of really good music. I did silent disco for the first time and
was
absolutely
that? Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You'd think the concept wouldn't work. The idea of going into a room of people, you get given headphones, you put the headphones on, the music is really loud, and you're into the music, so you're all dancing. But the hilarious thing was there were 2 different types of music. You could have the green ones, which was 80s, or you could have the blue ones, which was everything else. And you can't hear people until you take your headphones off. So if you want to have a chat, you have to take them
And
off.
is the room just
to have-
completely silent?
Well, this is the interesting. The room is silent, but if you take your headphones off, a lot of people are singing to the music that they're going to.
Brilliant.
And not everyone can sing, let's be honest. So some people are going, ah, Mr. Brightside, and everyone else is going, 'cause girls just want to have fun. Because there's 2 different types of music.
And they really work that well that you can't hear the people
Oh,
on the
absolutely you
headphones.
can't.
wow.
So,
That's amazing.
so I mean, you know what it's like when you've got loud music in your ears. It does make you want to dance.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get into the zone. So you can see people with the same coloured headphones, so you know you're listening to the same thing,
Oh,
and other
brilliant.
people who aren't. But everyone's dancing, and oh, it was so good. I cannot. It still sounds weird when I'm explaining it, but I promise
Do they
you,
wake you
well
up in the
worth
morning
it.
at
Oh,
8
no.
with like, good morning, campers?
No, it wasn't Heidi High-esque. No, definitely wasn't that. But there were activities during the day, because a few people have said to me, what did you do during the day? Assuming everything starts in the evening.
Yeah.
But no, we went to a stand-up comedy show at midday. There were
Wow.
music quizzes. There was a pool party. There was loads of things happening during the day.
gosh.
So yeah,
All in all,
That
it
is
was a
brilliant.
success.
and
isn't it?
everybody was so friendly. We got chatting to loads of groups of girls, groups of guys. Everyone was really nice. It's full on fancy dress every night.
hilarious.
So there were loads of
You were in
people
your
dressed.
element.
Yes.
I was
And
gonna say,
again,
Hannah, loving it.
everybody's into it. Sometimes when you go to a fancy dress party, you'll get people that are like, oh no, I don't
Yeah,
do
on the
fancy
fence.
dress.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, just get on with it. But nobody was like that. Everyone was, all the
brilliant.
men, you know, there's men walking around. Do you remember the Queen song, I Want to Break Free,
Yeah.
when Freddie Murphy's
With
got
his-
the pink top
yes.
with the boobs hoovering? There were men dressed up as that, hilarious, with little black skirts, and just really, really fun.
And where was it? Your Butlins?
So we went. So they've got them all over the UK or all over
they?
England. This one was Minehead, so southwest.
Oh, okay.
coast.
Just like familiar territory.
Yeah.
I never thought of the Butlins down that way.
Yeah,
I don't
So-
know, I
and there
always
were
thought
people
they were
there
up
from all
north.
over the country. There were lots of couples there. There were people celebrating birthdays. There was obviously hen weekends, stag weekends, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, really, really good fun. And I have to say, Jason Donovan's still got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Well done you
Oh,
for going.
yeah.
But
And
I'm
thank you for
very happy to be back in Spain.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you for sharing. Very brave.
Thank you.
When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linea Directa. When you most need your insurance company, Linea Directa are there for you. With tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linea Directa really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34 or contact them online.
Make my day. Make my day.
Until mid-February, it's Carnival in Spain, and this is a big deal. You know, I know Carnival from Rio. That was a very
Oh,
big deal.
wow.
Yeah.
Different level.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Tenerife, I think, is second to
Wow, they
Rio.
did.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
That's
Wow,
amazing.
that's so
We
good,
should all
isn't
go
it?
one year.
Good morning, Spain outing.
That would be amazing. The outfits.
Oh,
So fun.
So Tenerife would be our Spanish number one. I think
The biggest.
second worldwide, maybe. Second to just Brazil.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
brilliant.
then, well, depending on what you prefer, you can go to a different carnival around Spain. So the one in Galicia, which is right at the north of Spain, is very traditional. Like, I think they've got more animals and it's more old-fashioned. So if you're into more like traditional cultural things, then the one in Catalonia is more inclusive and more loud, and it's more celebratory, like modern.
Yeah.
Then the Tenerife one's the biggest, and I think they're originally from Cádiz. The Spanish carnivals are from the Cádiz area, so that they're the most also traditional.
Traditional, emblematic.
A carnival means a lot more to the Spanish than just a big party.
No comienza en las calles. Comienza
They don't begin in the streets. They begin with the detail, with a heartbeat in every hand that creates,
en cada mirada que sueña.
in every gaze that dreams. It's not just a date, it's the moment when we are most free.
Libres que nunca. Esfuerzos anónimos
Anonymous efforts
se
never
convierten
turn into magic
en magia
alone.
colectiva.
Collectively, it's more than lights and stages.
Es
It's our
nuestra
essence.
esencia.
Carnival
El carnaval
improvises
nos
us.
improvisa. Se
It's
vive
lived in
en
every
cada
idea, in every
en cada
gesture,
gesto,
in
en
every
cada
sacrifice.
sacrificio.
It's not just something we see,
No es solo algo que vemos. Es
it's
algo
something we
que
carry
llevamos
inside.
dentro. El
Carnival is more than a
es más
party.
que una fiesta.
It is the soul of
el
a
alma de
people,
un pueblo. Una
a
herencia
heritage
de
of our
identidad
identity,
y un
and a
legado
legacy we build
que
together.
construimos juntos. Aquí no hay
Here,
barreras.
there are no barriers.
En él
In it, we
nos
find ourselves, we
encontramos,
transform,
nos
and we return to
transformamos y
dreaming.
volvemos a soñar. El
Carnival is
carnaval
not
no se
seen,
ve,
it's felt.
se siente. Porque
Because
no
it's
es
not a
lugar
place we
al
go
que
to,
vamos. Es
it's where we come
de
from.
donde venimos. Es
It is the
el
carnival
carnaval
that we are.
que somos.
Hello and good morning, Spain. Today we're going to be making mejillones con chistorra, mussels with a spicy chorizo sauce. Really easy this, super delicious. We'll get cracked on. Cold pan, Nothing in it, really important this. And just going to put the chorizo in, which I've chopped up. You can chop it up as roughly as you like, and we're going to put that onto a medium to high heat. And what this is going to do is it's going to render the fat from the chorizo. Meantime, we're going to do a little bit of prep. We're going to chop an onion, some garlic, then we're going to add our mussels, put some beer on top, close it up, and we've got lunch. Super easy and as that. So let's get cracked on. Meantime, you just want to just move this chorizo around. Just encourage the process along. So let's go. One onion, just going to top and tail this. Perfect. 3 pieces of garlic. Again, nice peel, just give it a push till you hear that crack. Keeping an eye on our chorizo, just moving it around. Smell is just amazing. So really finely sliced onions. Take your time with this. The thinner the better. Again, other half, thin as you can. Take your time, let the knife do the work. If we're pushing down on the knife, it means that it's not sharp enough. Going to get halfway down, give it a flip, nice flat surface, and do the same again. Again, now our chorizo is starting to get some lovely colour onto it, a bit of golden brown, and it's starting to let loose of all that lovely oil it's got. So I'm just going to sprinkle these onions over the top and continue cooking. Slice up that lovely garlic too. Again, thin as you can. Take your time. Nice sharp knife really makes a difference. Now let's give this a couple of minutes just to cook off, sweat these onions out. Notice I haven't added any seasoning yet. I want these onions to crispen up and get a bit of colour on them. They're going to take all that oil from the chorizo, so they're going to grab some really beautiful flavours off that. Keep moving these around now and again. Let's get these onions nice and cooked. Once this is done, everything else is really quick. So this is where we need to put the effort in to get these onions nice and soft and that chorizo nice and crispy. So we can see now onions are nice and sweated off. Chorizo is nice and golden brown. Just going to turn the heat up a little on this pan. Got our mussels, which I've soaked, cleaned, scrubbed. Just spread them along the top here. Seasoning, bit of pepper. Tiniest bit of salt. Mussels come from the sea, so they're salty already. Little bit of sweet paprika. Give this a move around. that lovely beer into there. Lid on. Now we're about 5 minutes. Give it a little shake in between. We want that all those shells to open up. So a bit of patience here. 5 minutes and we're ready to go. Couple of minutes gone by, just going to give this a little shake, a little look. All these lovely mussels started to open up. A little stir. We are just a couple of minutes, oh, that's ready to go pretty much. Lovely. Just going to turn this down a little bit, just while we finish off this sauce. Just a little sprinkle of fresh parsley and chives, and just a couple of broken bits of basil. Now you could serve this just like this in the pan, straight in the middle of the table. That would be the way to go. I have a nice bowl here. So I'm going to plate up, get all those lovely bits of chistorra falling through, and the stock here is just going to be incredible. These little bits of onion that are going to fall through those mussels is just going to be the best bit. Make sure you get plenty of that juice and onions on top there. It'll tidy up. Now this really only needs a bit of squeeze of lemon and some more chives and we are ready to go. This is my mussels with chistorra and beer. Let's get straight into one of these. Let's soak up some of that sauce too. One of the best surfs and turfs I think there is around. Give it a try, let me know what you think. This is one of my favourites. Thank you very much and good morning.
Make my day. Make my day.
A big welcome back to Elena from Hard Rock Hotel here in Marbella, who's come to share with us things going on leading up to Valentine's Day. End of the week, it's Valentine's. A lovely opportunity for the hotel
Yes.
to show the love.
Yes, we have organized a really nice weekend for the next one. We will start on the 13th for those that haven't found already the love. So they will have the opportunity to meet new people on Friday 13th in the afternoon. So we will have music and speaker trying to dynamize the atmosphere, and they will have the opportunity to meet people and
A singles mingle.
A singles
Like
mingle.
it. A singles mingle.
Yeah, who knows, to do a match.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah, it's a nice idea, and we found it is fun.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
So it's an opportunity for the locals to get together and get out the rain.
Lovely.
And then on the next day, we have the more formal traditional gala dinner for some Valentines. Of course, during the day, there will be many activities as well at the spa. There are special packages for those days, for like a couples massage, and to have even the opportunity to have its own the spa for themselves for an hour. And then at night, the gala dinner will consist on a menu, on a set menu with pairing wines, and then live music as well. It's a nice price of 110 euros per couple. So it's 55 euros.
That's very fair.
Really nice.
That's very fair.
And will be held at the Roxy Ballroom. So we are waiting for many couples to come.
That is really lovely, and I think it's so nice that you've put on such an affordable price
Yeah,
for such an emblematic day in a hotel like this.
Yes.
Is really, you're so cool. It's like, you can see there's really nice. And I love the idea of the singles mingle on the 13th.
Singles mingle.
So come either to Marbella and stay at the Hard Rock Hotel and make the most of all the activities. And if you are local, Come on down. That's super, Elena. Thank you. Linea Directa has come up with a squatter policy for just €24 a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, Minute.Directa.com. And now, let's talk about Galentines, gals. And then let's talk about that lovely mingle for singles on the 13th of February.
Nice.
But now that has become basically synonymous with Galentines, a day for girls to go and show appreciation for girlfriendship.
Yes,
It's a nice little
exactly.
excuse to get together, isn't it? And just
Definitely.
kind of do something fun, like whether or not it's a spa day or
Little
I don't
dinner.
know. Exactly,
With
it's
some
nice,
rosé.
isn't it?
And it works whether you've got a partner or not. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
if you're single, then it's nice for the girls to get together and have a real sort of sisterhood. We don't need men, you know, we're kind of on our own. Friendship is more important and all that kind of stuff. That's a really nice idea. But also, if you are happily with a partner, you can do something with your partner on Valentine's Day. But the day
Exactly.
before, you can still show appreciation
Yeah.
to your girlfriend. So it's nice
Exactly.
either way.
It's almost like you can do the pampering the day before, you know, like go
Yes.
get your nails done and everything.
Yeah.
You're all
Ready for the
ready.
next day.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
absolutely.
remember when I was like 14 or 15, like, I didn't really care. But no, some of my friends were like genuinely down. They didn't have a Valentine's. And I was thinking, well, why? We're so young. It doesn't really matter. But it does matter to some people. And it's such a nice
Yeah.
excuse to just get together and celebrate something else.
I was thinking actually to ask you what it was like for you at school in that day, because I remember also being 11, 12, 13, 14, kids would come to school and I was at the convent if they had their Valentine's things and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure to have a Valentine's.
Yeah, I remember not. And lots of my friends getting Valentine's cards or roses or chocolates from a
my
very young
gosh.
age, even before you properly had boyfriends, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember not getting them and feeling really sort of, is there something wrong with me?
Oh,
and
bless
yeah,
you.
absolutely. It can definitely be a thing.
In
Yeah.
my school, it wasn't really a massive thing. I was always very embarrassed about everything when I was a young teenager because I got with my boyfriend at 16. It was my first boyfriend, and actually the first Valentine's. I was mortified because it was Valentine's and I had a boyfriend. I was like, what on earth am I going to do? So I was more pressure. But before that, if I saw
She's
anyone
very
with
special.
Aw.
And we love you being so different.
Yeah.
If I saw anyone with a rose, I was like, oh God, that's so embarrassing. I wouldn't want a rose. That's so embarrassing. So I wasn't like that at all. But no, it does affect people. But I don't know about, I think in British schools, they make more of a deal of it. In my school, it wasn't.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's not such a big thing in Spain. I mean, a lot of the
No.
traditions from England with our children. I mean, I'd be going around leaving sweets at neighbours' house for Halloween, so that they know,
Yeah.
please, we'll come and knock at your door and can you give us our sweets
Oh,
back?
no.
Yeah.
And it was like they weren't really getting the concept of things. And I think my kids were, maybe it was the end of the 90s when really greeting cards began to be a thing. So it didn't even really exist in Spain for kids to be having this pressure of the
Right.
cards like we had with Hallmark from time immemorial.
Yeah.
There was a different type of they just catching on a bit later. But
Yeah.
I suppose now there's similar pressures.
Well, something that I used to do years ago, I only did it a couple of years, in Spain when I was single, before I met my husband, me and a group of other single people, mixture of men and women, all went out for dinner on Valentine's. Because that's quite nice, because if you are single and you're staying in on Valentine's, like it can happen on New Year's Eve or whatever, it's very easy to think, oh, everybody else is out and having a good time and I'm on my own and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great excuse to get in touch with your other single friends and say, hey, do you want to go out for dinner?
Yeah.
And it's a sort of anti-Valentine's, just mates
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
together. You know, it's a nice thing to do. So that's a little suggestion as well.
That's so
Exactly.
lovely, isn't it?
And if you are at home on your own, enjoy it.
Well,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, you should be so
exactly.
lucky.
I know, put a nice series on, get
Watch
yourself
what
a
you
nice
want,
dinner,
yeah,
exactly.
Do some colouring.
Yeah,
or
exactly,
all
the
kinds of
dream,
things.
isn't it?
Exactly.
Living the
Thank you.
dream.
Exactly, just living the dream.
Yeah.
Do our
No,
best.
Exactly.
Make my day. Make my day.
I'm standing out here today in the rain for our special Valentine's Day episode, and if this isn't an act of love, I don't know what is, to tell you a little bit about why we give flowers on Valentine's Day. So, the traditional flowers we give aren't these, they are red roses, which date back way before Valentine's Day even existed. And they're associated with the Greek goddesses of love, Aphrodite and Venus. Valentine's Day hasn't always been romantic either. It's actually a Catholic holiday that celebrates Saint Valentine's, and it wasn't until the 1300s when for some reason writers and poets of the time decided it would be a nice day for couples to celebrate each other. However, the Valentine's Day we either love or hate today didn't exist until the 1700s and 1800s, where it became popular to give and give flowers, poems and chocolates to your other half. Now, whether you love or hate Valentine's Day, I'm pretty sure we all love flowers. So I went to a local florist to see what the behind the scenes of our beautiful red rose bouquet we see every single year round all the streets on the 14th of February.
I'm István, welcome in our flower shop. Yeah, first of all you have to start to order the flowers. People think that only arranging a bouquet is just having the flower in your hand and arranging in a bouquet, but it starts first. You have to order, reserve the flowers, especially for Valentine's Day, which is a special day on one date, 14th of February. You clean the flowers, you treat it, you let them soak with water, and then when it's done, then you can arrange the bouquet.
We saw you use roses and there were also other leaves. What were those?
Those were eucalyptus leaf and ruscus leaves. Sometimes they buy plants also with a bit Valentine's decoration, or like red tulips or the other spring flowers, or when somebody doesn't like red roses, we always have like pink and white roses and other colors also, but mostly roses for Valentine's Day. It's 90% men are buying for Valentine's Day flowers for their loved ones, yeah. People think, oh, the roses became more expensive for Valentine's Day, and it's not the florist who raises the prices. People should understand that if it's a big demand or something, it's just a market how it works. If it's a big demand of red roses, everybody in the world wants to buy red roses on one day, of course the price will be higher. I would choose myself, I think, a mixed bouquet with some tulips and yeah, maybe a few red roses still, yes.
I don't know why famous love stories have to be so tragic, but if you think of Romeo and Juliet, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name. Be but sworn, my love. Or I'll no longer be a Capulet, something like that.
Wow,
something like that. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. A-level English literature.
Amazing.
But when you think of the love stories, they're always so very tragic. Later we're going to be talking about the tragic of the lovers of Teruel. I mean, why is love stories so tragic? I don't know. But what we're going to find out about is letters to Juliet. Anything to do with Romeo and Juliet, these letters to Juliet?
Yes, absolutely. So Romeo and Juliet are fictional characters created by Shakespeare.
They're real.
But legend has it that they were from Verona. Like a lot of his books were set in Italy, and the story of Romeo and Juliet was set in Italy, in Verona. And there is a film that came out, or at least 10 years ago, I think, called Letters to Juliet. And as well as it being a love story and about families, it nothing to do with Romeo and Juliet at all, but there was a part to the film that I realised was actually true, and I looked into it because I thought, this is fascinating. And basically, there are a group of women who work in quite a small office in Verona, and there's a website, I think it's letterstojuliet.com, and people from all over the world, male, female, whatever, can write a letter to Juliet. And it can be about whatever you like, but it's normally about love. It might be, oh, I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years, is he the one? Or it could be, I'm single and I'm really looking for love, but I don't know where to start. It's a bit of advice, or sometimes it could just be, I just wanted to say hello, I'm really happy, I'm in love, and I wanted to share the joy with you. But it's something about love. And you write this letter to Juliet. There's this address, obviously, for this place in Verona. And there's a team of women who read all of the letters and reply.
Wow.
Wherever you are in the world, you will get a handwritten reply from Juliet, which is amazing. So about a year after I watched this film, my husband and I did an Italy trip, going to Rome, Florence and Verona.
Lovely.
So when we were in Verona, I was like, we have to visit this office.
Oh, yes.
So we did. So we visited the office. I met the ladies. I sat there and wrote my letter to Juliet in the office and posted it. There's a post box there. And about, I can't remember, 3 months later, I got a reply from Juliet.
And what did it say? What kind of response? What did you write?
I'm trying to remember when we went there. I'm pretty sure we went there before our wedding, but I think we were engaged. So my letter was something about how much I love him, but how do you ever really know if they're the one? And he was right there with me, you know. I wasn't like writing anything weird, you know, going, oh, that's this. No, so I was like, how do you know whether they're the one? I'm pretty sure he is, but how would you ever know? But he's so lovely and so perfect. I feel so lucky and all this kind of stuff. Aww. Anyway, so yeah, the reply was just like, well, if you feel so lucky, then he obviously is the one. You know, it sounds like you're really happy and that's so lovely and you're lucky to have what you have, embrace it and cherish it and all this kind of, just really beautiful, really, really sweet.
And have you still got the response as well?
Oh yes, of course.
So
yeah, I kept it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to do. Just one of those really innocent, sweet, unique kind of things. So yeah, if you're interested, honestly, just Google Letters to Juliet. I'm pretty sure the website is that simple, letterstojuliet.com, and write Juliet a letter wherever you are in the world, and you will get a response. Do it.
Well, it's funny because I think we have another response for you.
Okay.
That maybe you weren't expecting. Oh, please excuse me while I take out my phone, but this is a romantic message for our Hannah for Valentine's Day. And it reads as follows. I cannot even begin to express how proud I am of everything you do and the joy you bring to so many around you. It is rare these days to find someone so selfless, and I am so lucky to be able to call you my best friend, my Valentine, and my wife. Love you always, PJ.
PJ! Oh, I think I'm going to cry if you don't.
Literally.
Do you want to get your one out? I got it so good.
Oh my God, that is literally the cutest
That's
ever.
so cute, look.
Oh my God. PJ, we always knew you were a softie.
To my favourite TV chef, Nick.
Oh.
I know Valentine's Day isn't really your thing, which makes sense because you don't save love for special occasions. You just casually treat me with love, care, respect, and unwavering support every single day like it's no big deal. So no pressure, no cheesy expectations. This is just me recognizing that while some prefer a special day to remind them how to love, you somehow wake up every day already knowing how to do it right. And I'm incredibly lucky to be on the receiving end of that. Happy, very unofficial Valentine's Day to my favorite chef, my everyday Valentine, forever and always, yours, Gweno.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh.
Bless.
Aren't we lucky? Oh, that's gorgeous.
That's so lovely, isn't it? Oh.
As it's Valentine's week, today I thought I would look at some of the biggest selling and most prolific romantic authors of all time. I'll start with the most modern one and then go back in time a bit. So Colleen Hoover, who I've talked about before, published 48% of print unit sales in the romance category in 2023.
Whoa.
That's huge. Almost half of the romance novels sold in 2023 were written by her. Wow. She's best known for her 2016 novel, It Ends With Us. The story follows florist Lily Bloom, great name for a florist, whose abusive relationship with a neurosurgeon is compounded when her high school boyfriend Atlas re-enters her life. The book was actually based on the relationship between the author's mother and father, and Colleen said it was the hardest book she's ever written. The sequel, titled It Starts With Us, was published in October 2022. Her books became bestsellers quite a few years after they were initially published due to so many people raving about them on Book Talk, which we've talked about before. Amazing. She's done incredibly well. Then we have Danielle Steele.
I used to love reading Danielle Steele. Oh my God.
Who is the biggest selling living author and the fourth best-selling fiction author of all time, with over 800 million copies sold and over 200 books published.
Oh my goodness.
All of her novels have been bestsellers, which is insane.
Surreal.
And they often involve rich families facing a crisis. Each book she writes takes 2.5 years to complete, so she's developed an ability to juggle up to 5 projects at once, researching one book while outlining another, then writing and editing additional books. I mean, quite amazing. You'd be like, which character am I on?
Exactly.
Amazing to do that. 22 of her books have been adapted for television, including 2 that have received Golden Globe nominations. One is Jules, the story of the survival of a woman and her children in World War II Europe, and the family's eventual rebirth as one of the greatest jewellery houses in Europe. Some great stories. She really comes up with some brilliant ideas.
And she gives great names to her characters.
Yes.
Really, they have lovely names.
Yeah, I love that.
Fern, Tig. I mean,
Yes.
they've all got good names.
Really
all such
nice.
cool characters.
It's really clever, really clever. Barbara Cartland, this is going back a little bit, was an English writer who published both contemporary and historical romance novels, the latter set primarily during the Victorian or Edwardian period. She died in 2000 at the age of 98. Wow. Many of her novels have been adapted into films for television, including The Lady and the Highwayman, A Hazard of Hearts, and A Ghost in Monte Carlo. In her lifetime, listen to this, she wrote more than 700 novels and sold more than 2 billion. In 1976 alone, so in 1 year, she wrote 23 novels, earning her the Guinness World Record for the most novels written in a single year.
That's almost one a week.
I was going to say, that's insane,
I beg your pardon.
Seriously. I mean, she can't have slept. Not being funny.
No,
she
that's
can't
the
have
thing.
slept. It's unbelievable. In the mid-90s, in the mid-90s, by which time she'd sold over 1 billion books, Vogue magazine called her the true queen of romance.
Wow.
She was very much a London society figure, often dressed in a pink chiffon gown, a plumed hat, blonde wig, and heavy makeup. She really was a
diva.
Yes, a character and a half. And finally, going back in time even more, Jane Austen, known primarily for her 6 novels, which implicitly interpret, critique, and comment on the English landed gentry at the end of the 18th century. Her 6 main novels were Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. Her plots often explore the dependence of women on marriage for the pursuit of a favourable social standing and economic security. Her use of social commentary, realism, wit and irony have earned her acclaim amongst critics and scholars. Since her death in 1817, her novels have rarely been out of print, and there have been multiple TV and film adaptations over the years. Like many women authors at the time, she published her books anonymously. At this time, the ideal roles for women were as a wife and mother, and writing for women was regarded as best as a secondary form of activity. A woman who wished to be a full-time writer was felt to be degrading her femininity. So books by women were usually published anonymously in order to maintain the conceit that a female writer was only publishing as a sort of part-time job and was not seeking to become a literary lioness, basically a celebrity. Wow. Imagine that, having to pretend that you... It's so weird to think about.
It is so weird.
We're very lucky in this day and age that we can pretty much do what we like as women.
And do you know whether her books were published with her name after she died or during her lifetime?
No, during her lifetime
good.
eventually, but at the start they were under a pseudonym.
It was done differently.
It's amazing, isn't it? Though?
But it's nice, a romance novel, if people haven't kind of gone there before. I mean, most books, people view books as a bit of escapism. And, you know, in the same way people might like to enjoy a romantic comedy film, there are obviously lots of romantic comedy novels or more serious romantic novels. You know, there's a format that a lot of authors will follow. Boy meet girl, there's a bit of conflict, they don't like each other's style and eventually they get together. But we all love a story like that. But then there are more straightforward romances. And like a lot of these genres, the romance genre is such a massive umbrella. It's not like they're all the same. There are some that are more adult and go into sex and things like that a bit. There's young adult romance, which are obviously a bit tamer. Romance that's set in a school or university, so with younger characters. And then obviously there's romance novels
Between
with people,
aliens.
Between aliens, yeah, the whole fantasy, romantasy it's called, which I spoke about recently, romantasy, which is a mixture of romance and fantasy, which has become massive over the last 5 years. So yeah, whatever type of romance you're interested in, there's definitely something out there for everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Romance is in the air. Linea Directa appreciates just how important our pets are to us And that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market, from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineadirecta.com. We're going to take you on a visit to Teruel. The following video we're going to see is the tourism promotional video for 2026, launched by the Council for Teruel. And they've got Luis Buñuel, who's a famous filmmaker, who's kind of acting as a guide, taking us around this beautiful city. Now, it's meant to be one of the most romantic places in Spain, so it fits in very well also with our Valentines and Loving Week. But I thought it was very cute the way that they've used a filmmaker who was born in Calanda in the area, and he's presenting his area, which I think is quite lovely. Nice. And they have their own love story, the Los Amantes, the lovers of Teruel, apparently another tragic love story set in medieval Spain. I mean, it's just so sad. And they reenact this episode in February to commemorate this, like so. Oh my gosh. But at the same time, in modern Teruel, it's really, they're playing a lot on like the feelings. They want it to be very feeling. So one of the things actually very cool is on the 12th of August, you will be getting the best view of the eclipse from Teruel. So this apparently is the place to be if you want to see that. So that would be very good. But they've come up with a campaign that I just love, based on Feel Teruel. So for example, you know how all these hashtags? Well, they've got a hashtag, their one is Ciencia, which is like science fun.
Ciencia and ocio.
Ciencia, science, and ocio fun. So it's ciencia, ocio. And then they've got another one, to do something rapilento. You've got rapido is fast and lento is slow. So let's do it rapilento.
Oh, I love that.
I just love it.
Slow.
And my favorite one, my favorite one, which I think was, my day yesterday was this, tranqui intenso. Tranqui tenso. So it was calm, tranquila,
so true.
and intenso was intense. Yesterday I had a tranqui intenso day.
I love that.
It was a calm day, but boy, was it was just like...
But as you say, lots to get done.
Tranqui intenso. And then you have frescalor. So you got the cold, fresco, calor with the hot, frescalor. And this one I love. You know how you've got cosmopolitan? Well, people on the coast, we're Costapolitan. But no, people in Teruel are Cosma Pueblita.
Oh, so cute.
Cosmo Pueblo, Cosmo Village.
I think it's the best way to describe some places though, because like sometimes they're big towns, but they're still very towny, but they've got
very
loads
trendy.
of people.
Yeah, old towns and cities can be Cosmo Pueblitas.
Yeah.
Because they've got that whole, the whole thing going on of the chicness. But I really like
and
this.
And these words have been used to describe Teruel.
Exactly, so they're saying this is their, Teruel's you to feel Teruel, and these are the feelings that they're getting. So I think it's really very nice.
I might start using them in my everyday conversations.
Exactly. Tranqui intenso.
I love that one. That's really nice.
Rapilento is a good one.
Yeah, rapilento. Yeah, those two are my favourites, I think.
I was surprised when you said it was like the city of love, because I've never actually been to Teruel, but those cities more in the north of Spain, like Toledo and Salamanca, Segovia, they are very beautiful and they're old.
It's that, isn't it?
And
it's
it is romantic, it is.
It's because they're old and
they're
little
not
tiny
talked about
streets.
as much, are they? I feel like there's other areas in Spain that are talked about a lot more, and they're beautiful.
Exactly, which is why you have to watch Good Morning Spain, because that's exactly where we go. Off to Teruel.
I came to know a Teruel that was somewhat sad and grey, in black and white, but I always believed that this black and white would somehow make sense in this province. And since we're imagining things, I also wished that one day this province would be full of colour. When I was 12, I was lucky enough to experience my first total eclipse. It was an incredible spectacle. In August 2026, the province of Teruel will experience another eclipse. I hope to see it from a very privileged spot.
It's fun to go to concerts anywhere, but in Spain it's super fun. Good weather, even if it rains. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing that could spoil a concert. And we have great events coming up. You're very happy because in the music awards recently, one of your heroes won and is performing in Spain.
Who's that?
One of my heroes.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know if any of our watchers know about Bad Bunny and reggaeton and that kind of genre of music here in Spain. But no, he won a couple of weeks ago, won a Grammy, well 3 Grammys actually, but one of the ones he won had never been won by a Latin or Spanish speaking artist, so that was huge.
Amazing.
And I was just also very curious about how within the last few years Spanish music, or not Spanish music, but Spanish speaking
language,
music
yeah.
has just taken the world by storm, and even people who don't understand Spanish and don't speak Spanish are starting to listen to it.
They love it.
I'm happy about that. And yeah, he's touring the world this year in summer. And it was a big struggle to get tickets, I must say. And he's doing 10 nights in Madrid and 2 nights in Barcelona.
It must be very popular to do 10 nights.
Well, I've got a bit of a funny story, and my friends will be watching this. They're going, yeah. Basically, I was at uni and I was doing work, and it was my job to try and get the tickets. And we tried day after day after day. He kept adding dates. It was just impossible.
Oh, so this has been planned for a long time.
Oh, this is, yeah, I got these, I think, a few months ago now, yeah.
Wow.
So it's my sister, one of my best friends, her sister, and my boyfriend that we're going in the summer. So I'm on like the 9th or 10th night now, and I've given up at this point. I'm just staring at the laptop like I'm never going to get these. And then I get through and I'm like, oh my God, I'm through. And there's some that are less than 200 euros. We could actually do this. I didn't pay 200 euros. We paid 100, which is insane price. But anyways, so this girl comes and she's trying to help me because I'm like panicking because it's all on me.
The adrenaline.
And then I put the bank details in and then I look at the seats and I'm like, no way. Oh my God, no way. I get nervous talking about it. I booked 5 different seats and they're all at different in different areas of the arena, of the stadium.
No.
So you can imagine my face when I have to tell everybody I've done this. And there's no more tickets.
So they're finding out now live on television?
No, they know.
Can you imagine? It's like, I don't know how to tell them. It's like, usually like, listen, I'll just put it on television. Watch the show.
Yeah. No. That's so I was just in utter shock because everyone spent all this money. So I like texted my friend, was like, we can sell them. Don't worry, we can sell them. And to my surprise, they were like, oh no, but why are you apologizing? You've got us tickets. We all wanted to go. And I was like, no, I don't think you're understanding. We're not together. We're all sat in different places. None of them care.
Well done, you. And I think that is well done, your friends, because that is the way to react. It was a lot of responsibility and pressure for you to do it. Everyone could have done it themselves. You did your best. Well done, you.
Thank you.
And well done, friends.
Still going.
Yeah, we're still going. My boyfriend, he's from Colombia, so he was like, no, I have to see him. Like, he loves all that music. My sister, I told, and she's a bit younger than me, and I told her, and I was like, Jazz, we're not going to be sat together. And she was like, well, I don't want to talk to you during a concert anyway. And I was like, fair enough. So we're all going to see Bad Bunny, all separately. So
Well, that's
I know,
so
it's very
funny.
That's my concert
on your
story.
horizon?
Well, I have a similar-ish story, but with a very different ending. I tried to get Bruno Mars tickets because he's coming to Madrid this summer. And literally the day that the tickets opened, I was straight on there. And it straight away gave me PTSD, reminding me of trying to get Oasis tickets last year. Because it was through Ticketmaster, and I was number 58,268th in the queue. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But it counts down whilst you're doing other things, so I didn't have to sit glued to it. I had it open on my phone and was working and kept looking back at it. And then eventually worked down, got down to the choosing the tickets. So there were obviously a couple of cheaper options, going up to VIP. So I picked the cheapest option. And it said there were no tickets left. So I literally tried every single option, even the ones that I wasn't prepared to pay for. And it said there weren't enough tickets. And I was only looking for 2. So it basically seemed it was sold out. And then it said, but we now have another date available. And they'd added the Saturday night as well as the Friday night. Do you want to look for this? So I was like, yes. But then it said, oh, you're 28,000 something. And so I had to start again. And then when eventually I got there, I clicked on 2 tickets and it said, are you prepared to not sit together? If so, proceed with payment. And I was like, well, no, I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going just the 2 of you, so it gave me the option, unlike you.
It must have given me the
must
option.
have.
I obviously didn't click
So I was like, well, no, I'm not prepared to proceed. And I tried with every single price outlet, even the ones that were too expensive. And all of them said that. If you're prepared not to sit together, then proceed with payment. So I didn't get the tickets.
I don't know how people get so forward in the queue. I don't know how they do it.
There's a professionals in for everything.
I know.
How stupid is? I mean, it's the same with you, but they obviously don't mind, which is fine. But my husband and I would have minded.
It's
Yeah.
different
It
when
was
you're
weird and
20
then not.
something.
No.
It's different. We approach things differently when you're this age. When you're starting, everything's
I
an
just think
adventure.
that's ridiculous. I refuse to believe that there weren't two seat tickets together in all of that.
I
refuse
really
to
want
believe.
to go
I was
this year
first,
to Lenny
like,
Kravitz, but I don't know if I'm going to get tickets for that or even how much they are.
Yeah.
And I also
Robbie?
want to go to Robbie Williams, who's coming. The only performance in Spain's in Seville, but I think they've got Lenny Kravitz in Marbella one day, and then you've got Robbie Williams the next day in Seville. But I don't know the prices. I haven't got
They're
that far
expensive.
yet, but I would like those.
I looked at Robbie Williams. I've seen Robbie Williams before in
I saw him in
Figueroa.
Madrid. He was
He
amazing.
was brilliant.
What a
And I
showman!
thought if I
I
can
can
get
imagine.
tickets under 80 euros, I'd do it. But they were 150 for the cheapest. So I was like,
Yeah.
nah. I also looked at Maroon 5, who's also in Seville. And again, the cheapest were 120. And we saw Kylie Minogue in Seville last year, the same venue, the same organisation, and they were 65 euros. How can Maroon 5 be double Kylie Minogue?
Well, there are more of the people performing, maybe, but it is basically all depends on the profit.
Crazy.
Because if you look at, for example, we were talking a few weeks ago about Harry Styles. And he's only doing the concerts where he wants, and the prices are exorbitant.
Yeah.
And then you have Ed Sheeran, who does exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
So Ed Sheeran remembers going with his mates to a concert, and they could all
that.
afford
He's
it.
so
And
cute.
so he
So
makes his
good.
tickets really affordable, so you can go with your mates,
Yeah,
and then
I
probably
love that.
donates all the money to a charity. And then you have the other ones, Harry Styles. Let's charge 10 times the amount, make them come to me. It's all
I'll
profit.
tell you what, I think a good option, and it's what I've done every year, is festivals. I don't know like how many festivals of like everyone's different music. I'll go to reggaeton festivals, but I don't know how much I pay. Literally 80 or 90 euros.
My kids are
but it's
were
3
big
days.
festival kids.
Yeah.
And they're big people who go.
Yeah.
I've seen very big artists literally having paid 90 euros and in like really close by.
Yeah.
And it's very, very good.
They used to do the Gibraltar Music Festival. I went
Oh,
to
I've
that
heard
about
that's
3
good.
years in a row, which was brilliant. And it stopped around COVID time and they never brought it back.
Yeah.
Such a shame, because that was the same. You could do a day ticket if there were people you wanted to see just on that day, or you could go for the whole weekend. And absolutely brilliant. And I saw so many great artists. Love the festival.
Yeah, they're so fun as well.
A lot of things going on, a lot of festivities, a lot of festivals. It's all happening in Spain.
Make my day. Make my day.
We hope you found the program informative and fun. If you're coming to Hard Rock for Valentines, please let us know how much fun you had. And if you're in the area, do come in for their wonderful single mingles on the 13th and the Valentine's Gala on the 14th. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful week. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. Check out our website, goodmorningspain.com, for links to all the things discussed on the program and so much more. Bye for now. Bye.